Can a midfielder in this post-stats GA lack of eye test world win a Ballon d'Or? Let's make a case for the Dre, and let's focus on that damn eye test. So in case you don't know, there's a war on Tesh. There's a war on Tesh. There's a war on Tesh, and I'm trying to ensure. I told you I've got a little penny up in that piece. I'm trying to ensure that we win this war on Tesh. That the appreciators, the aficionados of the Tesh, the Shomlegs, the Lars, the Tatas, and the Charlatanis win this war, because the stats guys want to take us out. The lack of ITIS guys want to take us out. So the GA merchants want to take us out. But we have to fight and stand strong for the purity and the beauty of football. And we've got to win this war on Tesh. And Pedri is one of our proponents. Pedri is one of our soldiers for this war on Tesh. So let's look at what Pedri had to say here. Let's just expand this a little more here. Pedri, okay, this is Pedri. Since Rodri won the Ballon d'Or, it has become clear that a player who controls the midfield and dictates the tempo of the game can win this award. It has always been my dream to win the Ballon d'Or, but right now my focus is on team trophies. I like that last bit. You see, here's my thing here. I need to remind people. Back in my day, obviously I told you I turned 21 this year, but in my alternate age, Ballon d'Or was not a big thing. The big thing was, show me your World Cups, show me your Champions Leagues, show me your AFCONs, show me your Euros, show me your Copa Americas, show me your Gold Cups, show me your leagues. That was the currency back in the day. The Ballon d'Or was a side chick. Like your wifey, like the woman who raised your kids, was the UCL, was the World Cup, was the Euros, AFCON, Copa America. The side chick, the Kim Kardashian, the Gabi Zuniga, Shay, that was the Ballon d'Or. It was a side chick. So it wasn't, if all you pulled up with at the end of your career was a Ballon d'Or, you got thrown out the window. Like, you couldn't be allowed into the club if all you showed was a Ballon d'Or. The bouncer would smack you in the face. You've got to show the bouncer a World Cup. You've got to show the bouncer UCL. You've got to show the bouncer an AFCON, a Copa America, a Euros. You without that, you ain't getting into the VIP. And the VIP pops off. The VIP pops off. But a Ballon d'Or is like an appreciation. Because I think what the Ballon d'Or shows is this is what football means, and this is the beacon for football. So with Pedri, I agree and disagree. You see, he picked the wrong dude. I'm not here to crap on Rodri. I'm not here to crap on Rodri at all. Like, whether he deserved it or not, it doesn't matter. And I know what guys will say, oh, well, look at Vini walking into it. I'm starting to look at how ass cheeks he is. I get that. So, but this is not time for me to insult or abuse anybody here, but I just think he picked the wrong guy. You see, the guy that I wanted Pedri to really look at was your boy. This is who I wanted him to look at. Because Modric, purely a midfielder, and an excellent midfielder. And whatever case may be, fine wine is going to go down as one of the greatest midfielders of all time. He's one of the greatest midfielders of the generation. But when we talk about an all-time list where you put forth a you put forth a Zidane, you throw in a Pirlo, you throw in a Xavi, you throw in a Vieira, you throw in all these guys, all these top guys, he's going to be up in that piece. Laudrup, Michael Laudrup, all those Ruud Hullets, he is in that conversation. Like, you can seriously say he's a top 10 midfielder of all time, and what he did in 2018, that's UCL run, what he did in that Champions League final, because guys, watch that Champions League final again, specifically the second half. The best player on that pitch in the second half was your boy Modric. And you look at that World Cup, shout out to Rakitic, shout out to, I think, Brozovic, shout out to all those guys. But the heart and soul of that team was Modric. And for Croatia to make that final, a country smaller than a freaking peanut, Modric was freaking key. So him winning that Ballon d'Or, I was like, you know what? This is respect for football. Because see, and this is an issue that we've had with the Ballon d'Or. I believe they've ruined it. Messi and Cristiano, I think they're to blame for this war on Tesh. I blame Messi and Ronaldo for starting the war on Tesh. Because what they've done is reduced football into merely stats. So now, if you don't have 50, 60 GA, you are trash. Because we've been lied to. Rafinha, he's having a stellar season. Salah has had a stellar season. But when we look at the best footballers, it's not just your output, it's your quality. See, the thing with Messi and Cristiano is they were unicorns in the sense of their insane output, and they scored high in the eye test. Messi more so than anybody, where he was almost 100% on the eye test, and his output was stupid, So for Cristiano, Cristiano, pretty damn high on the eye test, stupidly crazy, outrageous output. But they are unicorns. They are exceptions to the rule. What we normalize and what we should normalize are quality players with or without that output. And which is why we have to bring in your boy Dre. You see, the thing about Dre is, I looked at that game, that Copa America final game, and I was like, we have to rethink how we viewed this whole season for Barcelona. Because so much of the focus has been on Rafinha. Goal, assist, goal, assist, goal, assist. And Rafinha even stole Koba's goal because Rafinha was like, in this GA era, this post-Messi and Cristiano era, as long as I just stat pad, I'm going to win the Ballon d'Or. Because all guys will say, who has the highest GA? He's got the highest GA, he's going to win. But what we saw in that Copa del Rey final, and what we need to view this season is who has been the best footballer. And here's what people miss out. Because again, Messi, Ronaldo, they ruin things. The thing with Messi, Messi and Cristiano is they had the highest output and they were the best players. Like Messi was a guy who he had the highest output, but he was also the best player as well. But what we're seeing here is the person with the highest output isn't necessarily the best player. Because when we look at it, I think it's Pedri Olusegun. He is the chief ogre currently. Go look at the website, halfoffootballhall.com. He's currently the chief ogre because he's arguably been the best player this season. Because do the math. Which has been the best team this season? The best team to watch? Barcelona. Who has been Barcelona's most consistent, most important and crucial player? It's Pedri. You see, I'm a bit biased. The position I played in football, central midfield. The position I look at most in football is a central midfield. And I believe, again, maybe I'm biased, the most important position to the function of the team is central midfield. Because you know what the central midfielder is? He's going to do everything. The defender, your focus really is on tackling. The attacker, your focus really is on goal scoring. The midfielder, you've got to tackle, you've got to pass, you've got to control the game, you've got to link in the attack, and you've also got to chip in with goals. The central midfielder is the one position where you are required to do every aspect of an outfield player. An attacker is not required to defend. You should defend. That is not an imperative of you. A defender is not required to score. You can chip in, but that is not your main requirement. The central midfielder is required to do everything. You have to tackle. You have to pass. You have to control. You have to create. And you also have to chip in to shoot as well. Every aspect of the outfield player is required to be a central midfielder. Hence why that was always the position I wanted to play, because that was the position that demanded the most as for a footballer. And when you look at Pedri, like, he is the heartbeat of the team. It ain't Frankie Ding Dong. It ain't Frankie Ding Dong merrily on high. it ain't that freaking dude. Shout to him. He high. But he ain't Dre. And the thing about Dre is just, we look at how Barcelona play. everything goes through him. Everything goes through him. So when you watch the game, but Dre doesn't have a goal. Dre doesn't have an assist. Have you watched the game? But he doesn't have any goals or assists. But if he doesn't have any goals and assists, he can't be great. But if you watch the game, his work provided the foundation for the goal. His work provided the foundation for the assist. The functioning of a football team, there are certain things that need to happen for a team to win. Barcelona can't create chances or score goals if they don't have control, and if they don't break the lines, and they don't have that midfielder who is now creating that platform for the attackers to cook. Without that midfielder of a high quality giving Barcelona that platform, those chances are not created and those goals are not scored. Like, if you have a building, you need a foundation. Oh, but what about the windows and the roof and the what about? Cool. But you can't have all the bells and whistles of a building without the foundation. The foundation is critical. And what Dre is, he represents the foundation of this team. So, can he win the Ballon d'Or? I think the conversation is starting. I think because when you just look at how people are not talking about Pedri, how people are talking about what he's doing, and as we're now getting towards the crucial times, we're heading towards a UCL semi. We are heading towards the crucial parts of a La Liga running. If Pedri maintains his quality and Barca do the crazy unthinkable and win this treble, he just might win that Ballon d'Or. And what we've got to get back to, I told you it's a war on Tesh. It's a war on Tesh. What we have to get back to is appreciating football. We have to get back to forcing fans to watch the game. Don't pull up and say, oh, Stats Muse. Oh, he got an 8.9. No. Don't pull up Stats Muse. No. Have you watched? So I'm from an era where we had to watch the games. You had to watch the games. And if you don't watch the games, then you don't know what you're talking about. So let's see what happens. Now, maybe Dre will turn up and have disaster classes and be crap, and then that's there and there. But I feel he's in the conversation. And if Barca do go ahead and have the ultimate successful season, are we going to go with the GA magnet of Rafinha? Or are we actually going to go with the actual best performing footballer in a Dre? It remains to be seen.